Hello, everybody. This is Nick Totero, Professor of Information Technology and Computer Science, Lakeland Community College. This is a little bit of a preamble to wireless hacking, cracking, ethical hacking, whatever you want to call it. You're going to notice I'm going to be using tools that are using Kali Linux versus a Windows environment. I'm going to be using a very specific network adapter versus the network adapter that's currently installed in my computer, and there's many reasons why. Let's first talk about my Kali Linux machines. The best thing to do is for me to go up there and kind of break things down. Right off the bat, people ask, can't I do most of this penetration studies, ethical hacking using Windows? The immediate answer is it's a chore. It would be very difficult. Most of the really sophisticated, powerful tools that are associated with penetration studies, ethical hacking are done in the Linux arena. And that has to deal how Windows operates and how things are protected, more protected, where tends to be a little bit more is open source, so things aren't as protected. So people tend to write code generated towards the Linux world. What about just simple network cards? Can I just use a simple network card? And the answer is no, right? When you're doing wireless pen testing and ethical hacking, you have to have a card that can go into what's called monitor mode. Now, 20 years ago, most cards we'd call them in promiscuous mode. And promiscuous mode just meant that that card can listen to all the traffic. All of a sudden, Wi-Fi started to come out and switches started to come out, and most cards like, no, we don't want you going into promiscuous mode, which is another word for monitor mode. But yet, if you want to do these testing, whether on the ethical side or unethical side, you needed technology. So I'll start with this. This is my USB. I should actually go back to the talking head real quickly so you can see a little bit better. This is my USB adapter. It is what's the name of it? It's an Alpha Network AWUS 1900. I think it's about $65. It is connected through a USB port. And I use that because that was designed to work with many different operating systems, but the chipsets in it are designed to work with Kali Linux, that it would allow that USB wireless adapter to go into monitor mode. So that's critical in our efforts here. There's a lot of settings that are involved, a lot of setting up. It doesn't take that much effort, but it's well beyond the scope of this course. It's not necessary for this course. But just understand, I am using very special equipment, about $65, that plugs into my Kali machine that allows me to basically go out there and listen to Wi-Fi traffic, right? We'll worry about what I'm listening to in a bit, but allows me to listen to it. If it's in management mode, it's only going to be paying attention to communication between my machine and the access point. Let me go back to Godzilla here. The next thing that people often ask me is, why don't I have a dedicated Kali machine? I would love a dedicated Kali machine, but I don't want to spend the money. And plus, I do these videos. But there's even something more important with that. This is a virtual machine. If I am doing something, and many pen testers use virtual machines, and unethical hackers use virtual machines. If by chance a virus comes into this machine, I just blow the machine out. Or if, and there's some very, very smart people in the world, somebody can come back after this machine. If I'm doing some testing and somebody realizes what I'm doing, they're going to come back to this machine and they could mess with this virtual environment. So by having the virtual environment, I can always destroy it and rebuild it. So those are some of the reasons that I use Kali versus Windows, even though people would love for it to do on Windows. We just don't have the tools for it. That is the reason that many people, when they try to do this stuff, it doesn't work, because they don't have the right equipment to allow their cars to go into monitor mode. That is the reason why I use a virtual environment, because if it gets destroyed but then I don't have to worry about it. So now what I want to do is I just want to do a quick demonstration of what I mean by monitor mode versus management mode. So let's go up to my machine here. The first thing I need to do is, this is a virtual machine. I have to tell this virtual machine to use the USB adapter here. So underneath devices, I would say USB, and I find that particular device and I click on it. Give it a little time. If I go back, you can see it's selected. Now, if I go up here to the network, give it some time to come up. All right. It's slowly coming up. It's going through the USB drive, so it's slowly coming up. It just came up with the network that the wireless network that I was currently on when I started this video. Okay, so now I know I have a wireless access point on my computer. Let me go to a command prompt. And at this command prompt, I'm just going to double check, make sure I have all my notes here, double check to make sure that the USB adapter is there. And yep, here it is. Here's our little USB adapter. And now what I want to do is I'll do a IW, meaning like an IF config, but for the wireless. And it shows me this wireless adapter. You will notice, where is it? Right here, right? This is telling me that this adapter is in management mode, meaning that this adapter, it is talking to the access point and not paying attention to anybody else, right? So I can't really do any scanning with this. I can't do any monitoring with it, any sniffing with it, because it's talking directly to the given access point. So what I need to do, excuse me, what I need to do is tell it to go into monitor mode. Now, let me explain something. Sometimes you will see, if you experiment with this or you watch my videos or you watch other people's videos, the Wi-Fi stops working. That is because some of those access points don't like you to be in monitor mode. So you might be trying to do something and it says, whoa, I'm disconnecting you, right? So oftentimes it's not as easy as a lot of the videos make it look to be. They disconnect you for whatever reason. So just understand that you may see videos, you may try it yourself, and everything is lined up, all the ducks are in your row, but it disconnects you for some reason. That's a normal process. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start this card, and the card I'm using is WLAN 0, and I'm going to start it into monitor mode. I'm going to use a tool called Airmon. Well, first of all, I have to be Airmon .ng start WLAN 0. You can see it's in my history. That's no big deal. And what that's going to do, sudo just means I have to escalate my privileges. Airmon means start the card in monitor mode. And it appears that, again, this is normal. It appears that there's two processes that may cause problems with this card going into monitor mode. For example, the network manager might cause a problem in the WPA. So this is normal. This is normal. So sometimes you have to run another command. And what do they say? Check, kill. What that basically does, it goes out there, and if it suspects that one of those applications might cause problem with the monitor mode, get rid of it. Okay, so it killed off that process. Let's clear this. Let me scroll up a little bit. Let's see if I can start that LAN. It should say it's already in monitor mode enabled. So if you look, I've taken this and the monitor mode is now enabled. And if I do a IW config, you'll notice right here that this network card, this computer is now getting ready to listen to other stuff. Right now, it's not as easy, even though I keep saying listening to other stuff. That's pretty straightforward. But what's it listening then becomes more of a challenge. And real quickly, if I say I'll use a tool, let me clear this. I'll say sudo arrow dump ng, and what do we have here? Listen to everything at WLAN 0. That's this card. Remember, WLAN 0 is this wireless card here. Pay attention to what other people are doing. And lo and behold, it is going out there and it is sniffing other traffic, determining other traffic. Real quickly, if you look right here, this is hopping channels. All right, so these devices are on multiple channels. And then, what are the other ones? Here's the channels that these particular network addresses are using over here. This is real networks out there. I got to be very careful because I don't want to hurt my real network or my neighbor's real network. And let me stress this. I'm getting to the point that I can't do anything to my neighbors. Oh, yes, I can, but I would be breaking the law. Down here, you will see these are the MAC addresses. Now, right here are MAC addresses to the access points. And I don't remember which one specifically is mine. These are access points of clients. So I'm gathering information. This thing is gathering information for a different video at a different time. And then here is our SSIDs over here. This was only made possible by doing things in monitor mode. So let me recap. Hopefully a quick little video kind of explaining all the things, all the ducks you have to get in a row to do any kind of wireless cracking, hacking, pen testing, whatever. You have to have, probably the biggest thing is you have to have equipment that will allow you to go into monitor mode. Most network cards that are installed in people's computers don't let you go into monitor mode. You have to have equipment. Now, that's an easy enough discovery. You basically go to the internet. Here's the one that I purchased. Again, I think this one was about $65. It is what it is. Standard network cards won't let you go into monitor mode, or if they do, they don't last in there long enough. This is how things are. So this is just that first step to get us to the many steps. That being said, let's go out and learn something.